today's video we are looking at mathematics 0.24 paper 2, and we'll be answering question 3 to question 4. And question 3 will start from vectors, because flowchart I'll answer it in the next video, but for this video we'll start from vectors and we're going to end at the geometric progression. Okay, this is 2024 paper 2. So let's wait for our friends as we are going to dive into this wonderful lesson which we have today. This lesson is very important, most especially to those who are writing GCE. Okay, make sure to share with your friends as we are starting. Okay, I hope you can hear me, guys. Make sure you share with your friends this wonderful live stream which we are having this night. Okay. Okay, make sure you share with your friends as we are starting this live stream. Okay, so now let's get started. Because there was some issues which I went through it. So let's read the question. I say it is 4 and 4a under, which is a vector, 4 vector, and EF we have 4b EF. FJ and JG, there's a ratio which is 1 to 3, and H is the midpoint of H. This H is the midpoint of E, G, and F, H. Okay, and E here, this is where J is. This is where J is. This is the F. Okay. So now EJ is the midpoint at P. Okay. So share with your friends. For those who have just joined us this live stream, which we are looking at the Mathematics 2024 paper 2. So now let's get started without wasting much of your time. You can see this is the diagram which we have here. So let's get started for solution here. So we have to answer, express in terms of A under O stroke B, this one. Okay, so every answer which you get from these vectors should have these variables. Okay, so we start with this is question 3b. For A, it has as a flowchart. For flowchart, we are going to answer it in the next topic, which we'll be covering in the next video. Okay, so we have to find FH. This is the 3, and when answering, make sure you follow the numbers. You like it well, because even numbers, this is question 3, Roman numeral 1, then A. You have to find FH. Even when answering the question, you must indicate the question number, because some exam markers, when you just write your answers without indicating the questions correctly, you may end up losing some marks. So now we have to find FH. FH. How do we find FH? So FH, vector FH, we are going to find by saying FH is equals to FH. For us to arrive at this point, we must go through this point to this point here. FE, which is FE plus vector FE plus EH. Okay, and these vectors should have direction, and make sure that from the point which you get, there are some letters which are same, which give us FH. Okay, so that means we have written the expression in the correct way, because we have EE and FH. This is the one which we have here. So if you can see here, we have 4B plus, because and FE, we are moving at the opposite direction. The direction is just going up, so we are moving at the opposite direction. The answer will be minus 4B plus 4. This one is in the right direction, which is 4A. Okay. So here now we can say, we start with the positive one, which is 4A plus or minus 4B. This still continuous. We have to factorize here. What is common? It is 4. So 4 outside, then open bracket, A minus B and close bracket. So this is the answer for first question. Okay, this is the answer for first question, which is FH. So now let's move on to B. B, we have to find FG. We have to find FG. How do we find FG? FG, we can say FE plus EG. Okay, so you can say FE plus EG. Okay, you have EE, then the remaining one, it is FG. Okay, in which it will be equals to FE. We have negative 4B, because we are moving at the different direction, then plus EG, it is 4A. Then here there is also 4A because of these marks. Okay, which means all this line, it is 8A. Okay, then we start with the positive one, which is 8A, and minus 4B. Okay, which should be equals to, then you factorize the common one, it is 4, and open bracket, 4 into 8, we are going to remain with 2A, then minus 4 into 4B, we are going to remain with B. Okay, don't forget to under this letter. these letters. Okay, this is the answer for B. So now let's move on to C. C. See, they are saying it is EJ. Okay, EJ. They are saying it is EJ, which means EJ. EJ. We can say EJ. For us to arrive at EJ, we can say EF plus C half of, we follow the ratios now. So you can say EF plus, we follow the ratios. We've already found FG, okay? So we can say from these ratios, we can say here we have, because FG we have 1, then here 3. So all this line, it is 4. So we're going to add 1 plus 3, which is 4. So this one is going to be 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 FG, okay? Okay, for those who have just joined us, we are looking at 2022 paper 2. Okay, mathematics. Make sure you share with your friends. Leave your comments if you're getting this lesson interesting. Okay. So like I said, EJ, it is this one. EJ, it is EF plus 1 out of 4, because you're adding this ratio here. 1, 2, 3, which is 1 plus 3, which is 4. So it is going to be 1 over 4 of FJ. And FG, we have found that it is 8A minus 4B. So in which it will be equals to, we all know that EF, this one EF, it is 4B, then plus half 1 over 4, then open brackets, then we have 8A, then minus 4B. Okay, I hope you're following what I'm doing. Okay, then here you're going to have 4B, then plus 1 times 8, you're going to have 8. 4 into 8, it is 2A, then minus 4 into 4, which is 1. 1 times 4, it is 4. So 4 into 4, it is 1. So it remains with B here, okay? In which we are going to have 4B minus C. B, you're going to have 3B, then plus 2A, okay? This is our answer for the third question, which is C, okay? For EJ. For EG. Make sure you scroll back so that you can see how I started this lesson. Make sure you share with your friends as we are moving to the next step. So now, since we have done with the so let's move on to Roman numeral 2. given that E given that FP it is equals to KFH, show that EP, this is EP, EP is equals to, okay, EP it is equals to 4A plus 4 open bracket 1 minus K and B outside. So you have to show that from this expression which you have, you should do get the answer which should do look like this. Okay, so now let me just erase this what we have here so that you can move on to another question, because we'll be answering vectors for the determinant and inverse and the geometric progression. Okay, hope you're following. Write the comments if you are getting me clear. Okay, so let's try to so from this we can just put this one back, and we have to show that this is the Roman numeral 2. We are showing that we are showing EP, vector EP, it is equals to, first we have which is the FP, it is equals to KFH, and we have to show that EP it is equals to 4A plus 4 open bracket 1 minus K then B outside. Okay, so now we all know that FP it is equals to K then open bracket. Okay, we all know that we have found that FH it is, so we're going to take this expression which we have here, 4A minus 4B, which is 4A minus 4B. Okay, then when you multiply K times the 4A, you're going to have 4KA then minus 4KB. I hope we're almost finding the answer. Okay, so let me just see what I calculated here. Oh, here we have to show that here there is, okay, here. Okay, okay, here we have shown that it is, where is FH, we have 4KA minus 4KB, in which, let's find EP now from this diagram which we have here. I hope you can see from EP. Okay, so EP it is equals to EF plus EP. So now EP, vector EP is equals to EF then plus FP, which is the F EF we have 4B, then plus FP we find that it is 4KA, then minus 4KB, okay? In which, when you factorize, so here you're going to correct the like term, which is 4KA, then 4KA, then plus 4B, then minus 4KB, in which you're only going to factorize this one here, which is 4KA and plus 4 outside, so then 4B is common here. 4B into 4B, we are going to have 1 here, then minus 4B into 4, we are going to remain with the K, then B outside here. B should be at the front of the bracket because it should say 4B times 1, you're going to have 4B, then 4B times K, you're going to have 4KB. So here, hence shown. This is how you can show these vectors. Okay, so now let's move on to other questions, because I said we'll be answering question 3 to 4. So now we are done with the question 3B. So now let's move on to question 4. Question 4 under matrix, which is 4A, combine number 1. We have the matrix, given that matrix P, it is equals to, open bracket, 3 minus 1 minus 4 and 2. Then we have to find the determinant. So how do you find the determinant? We are going to multiply major diagonal minus C. When you multiply 4 times B, minor diagonal, in which delta P, it will be equals to major diagonal, which is 3 times 2, the brackets, then minus, then bracket minus 4 times the minus 1, in which it will be equals to 6 minus 4 times minus 1, you're going to have positive 4, in which it will be 6 minus 4, which is 2. So this is our determinant which we have here. So now for Roman numeral 2, we are told to find P inverse. Okay, so P inverse, it is found as P inverse, it will be equals to 1 over delta P times the adjoint of P. Okay, so we all know that 1 over delta P, it is 2, which is 1 over 2, then open brackets, then adjoint of this matrix, which is 3, 2, minus 1, minus 4. The adjoint of this matrix, if for minor diagonal, if the numbers are both negative, so the numbers, it will be in positive form, and this major diagonal, the number swaps, 2 goes up, 3 comes down, in which it will be 2, 3, 4, 1. This is an adjoint, okay? In which it will be equals to 1 times 2, which is 2, 2 into 2, which is 1, and 1 times 4, which is 4, 2 into 4, which is 2, so here 2, then 1 times 1, which is 1, then it will be 1 over 2, then 1 times 3, it will be 3 over 2. This is our inverse of P. So now, since we have found question 4A1. So now let's move to another question, because okay. So we are moving on to question 4B. We have GP, which has got the ratios, 10 as the first term, then 30, then 90. Okay. Then Roman numeral 1, we have to find 10th term of this GP. How do we find 10th term of this GP? So first of all, we have to find what we call common ratio. Okay. So in which common ratio it's T2 over T1, which is equals to T3 over T2. So the term which we are going to find here should be equal to this term. So that will show you that the common ratio which you have found, it is correct. So we are going to see T2, it is this one, and T1 it is this one, and T3 it is this one here, in which T2 it is 30 over T1 it is 10, should be equals to T3 it is equal to 90, and over T2 it is 30. So 0, 0, then here we have 3, 0, 0, 3 into 9, which is 3. So that means our common ratio it is 3. I hope you are following what I'm doing here. Okay, so let's find the 10th term now. We know that the formula for nth term, it is Tn, which is equals to a r power n minus 1, okay, in which we are finding the 10th term, which is equals to this term, it is 10, then r it is 3, then n it is 10th term, which is 10 minus 1, which will be equals to 10, then brackets, then 3 power 10 minus 1, which is 9. Okay, then now don't multiply here, because we just have to simplify what is it, 3 with the power, okay, in which you're going to have 3 power 9, it is 1968 then times 10, in which you're going to have 196,830. This is our 10th term. This is how we find 10th term of GP. Okay, so now let's move on to another question. So for B2, we have to find sum of first 6 terms. How do you find the sum of first 6 terms? We all know that formula is S. It is equals to first term open bracket, then R power n minus 1, then close bracket over R minus 1. But if this common ratio it is less than 1, we should use either this formula, which is 1 minus R power n over 1 minus R. And these formulas are found on the same paper at the first page. Okay. So now here, from this formula which we have our first term, which is 10, then open bracket R, we have 3. So R, we have found 3 power. Our term, it is 6 term. For the first 6 terms, which is power 6, then minus 1, then close brackets, then over 3 minus 1, which should be equals to 10, open bracket, 3 power 6, it is, when you calculate 3 power 6, the answer you're going to get, it is 729, then minus 1, the bracket, then over 3 minus 1, which is 2, which should be equals to 10, then open bracket, 729 minus 1, we're going to have 728. Okay, 728 over 2, in which it will be equals 10 times 728, you just get this 0, you place it at the front of this one, when you're multiplying any number with the 10 or 100, you just have to carry the zeros, okay, in which it will be 728, then you divide it by 2, in which it will be equals to 2 into 7, which is 2 into 7, which is 3, then the 1, 2 into 12, which is 6, 2 into 8, which is 4, then 0. So this is our sum of 16, sum of 16, which is 3640. This is our sum of first 16. So now let's find the last question. It is asking us to find, so if you're not clear, you can just comment down so that we may move at the same place with you, okay? So now for question 4, B numero 3, which is the last question. We have been given that we have to find, which is geometric mean of 2430 and 21870. Okay, so how do you find the geometric mean with these numbers which have been given? First of all, you have to generate the formula for geometric mean. The formula for geometric mean, it is found by, let's say for instance we have A, B and C. So if you want to find the common ratio for this one, For finding the geometrical mean, you should use the formula for finding the common ratio, which is T2 over T1, which should be T3 over T2. So our T2, our T2 it is B. So our T2 it is B over T1 which is A, which is equals to T3 we have C, then over T2 we have B. This B which we have, then cross multiply which is going to be B times B, which is B squared, which should be equals to AC. Then you provide the square root both sides, in which it will be equals to B equals to the square root of A and C. So from this A and C, so A and C are these numbers. A, this is C here, in which it will be equals to B equals to the root of 2420 times 21,870, in which you are going to have this figure here, in which you are going to have the figure which you are going to have, it is 53,144 and 0, in which it will be B equals to 7290. So this is our geometric mean. Okay, so this is where we end. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that next time you see the update. See you next time. Bye bye.